I can tell I haven't fucking done this for 2 months. Damn! Here comes the news. Roll the intro. Welcome Internet, this is Analog Digital News. Let's dive right in. So I've had a couple of months off, real world responsibilities, kicked into overdrive over November and December. Gotta pay those bills. And this doesn't pay bills, it's just a creative hobby. I absolutely love filming content for you guys, by the way. I know you can get like your movie news, your geek news, music, gaming and everything else from like Kotaku, Empire, IGN, GameSpot, Eurogamer, and all the rest of it and stuff, and I'm just essentially just reading the internet out loud. But if you like the way I read the internet out loud, seriously though, I do appreciate everyone who's tuned in, checks out the content, and engages with the content. And speaking of which, as well, I did a little competition before I went off air in 2018 called the Sanctum Sanctorum Sprint. All you had to do was jump off the top of Avengers Tower, not in real life, I meant in like Spider-Man on the PS4. Jump off the top of Avengers Tower and make your way downtown to the Sanctum Sanctorum. We do have a winner. Let's check that out right now. So the winner is Day Shore. Congratulations, Day Shore. He was on the Analog Digicast just before Christmas as well. He came on and told us about some stuff. We're going to get him back on for another episode over the next few weeks. So we'll talk today a little bit more in depth about his Sanctum Sanctorum Sprint perils, because I know his girlfriend Dev was recording all of the times and stuff on the stopwatch, and that he told me he'd done like over 200 runs. Altogether, but you know, ultimately it paid off because we're watching his run right now. Look at him zipping through New York there. Some of the earlier submissions of the Sanctum Sanctorum Sprint. Look at that. I mean, that is like some really calculated movement right there. You can tell he's done this more than once. Nearly hit the corner of that building as well. But yeah, the early times for the Sanctum Sanctorum Sprint was like, oh, nearly hit that wall as well. That would have stopped him dead in his tracks. What was I saying? Oh yeah, some of the earlier times were like clocking at about like 1 minute 47, and then slowly like dropped down to like 1 minute 45, and then a submission came in the high 30s. It was like 137, 136. I was like, no one's beating that. No one's beating 136. It's literally like shaved over 10 seconds off. But they still kept shaving like hundredths, thousandths of a second off. We had over 30 submissions. 30 people sent submissions in. There was more than 30. I had to put the timer in the top of the screen too. And it ends at 133.2. Well done, Day Short. Yeah, the early submissions of like 1 minute 47 were kept rolling in. And slowly it dropped down and then shaved like a whole like 10 seconds off. Like 136 was the time to beat. And I think Day was like, oh, I can do it. I can knock another. Like, I think 135 is doable. 135 is doable, and I was like, I don't know, man. And they just kept sending more and more clips, and I had a few other clips off a few other people as well. Obviously, thanks to everybody else who sent submissions in for the sprint. I really appreciate it. Just goes to show that people are engaging with the content that I'm putting out there, so I really appreciate that. Day Shore does win the Spider-Man pop figure and the £10 PSN voucher. Just riffing off the top of my head at the moment. Normally I wear aviators and read a script, but while pretending to look into the camera. That's why I wear those aviators in previous episodes. Anyway, let's crack on with some more news. What's going on in the world? Let's have a bit of a catch up because it's been a while. So yeah, just before the new year rolled in, Netflix dropped a brand new interactive film from the Black Mirror series based on the Choose Your Own Adventure books back in the 80s. It's gathered some criticisms from people, but you know what? I really enjoyed this. I watched it twice over 2 nights. I really liked it. Some people's complaints, I feel, are based on second guessing how they prefer the narrative, like what's the true narrative, because it has got like a through line story to tell, and the deviations from that to reach the end goal and stuff may have confused people or may have felt a little bit lackluster to some, but I really loved it. I used to have those Choose Your Own Adventure stories, like the books, So being able to do it interactively. I know we've got like the likes of Quantic Dreams, Heavy Rain, and Detroit Become Human.
Jason! Hey, be careful. Jason!
But as a viewing experience, I feel that Charlie Brooker and his team absolutely nailed Bandersnatch. I thought it was incredible. And obviously being able to watch it twice and get completely different endings, incredible. Absolutely loved it. Season 5 of Black Mirror will be out later on this year. Charlie Brooker himself has said that season 5 coming out has been kind of pushed back a little bit just due to like how much production has gone into making Bandersnatch. But good start though, good start to the year. Very impressive. What did you guys think of Bandersnatch? Have you seen it yet? Have you watched it more than once? What did you think? Did you like it? Let me know, stand up in the comments. So let's do some more news. YouTube Rewind was a fucking disaster.
Yeah, if I control Rewind, I would want Fortnite and Marquez Brown.
Is this what you wanted?
Fuck you say to me!
PewDiePie fought off T-Series to remain the most sub channel on YouTube. Taylor Swift might be Canadian. Russia tried to pass off a man in a suit as an actual AI at a televised tech conference. Illusion 100. But let's be honest, that's not the worst case of deception Russia's been guilty of in recent times, is it? Bumblebee is actually a good Transformers movie. I don't know why they haven't remade or rebooted Transformers the movie from the 80s. Because it just goes to show at the start of Bumblebee, spoiler alert, they show the fall of Cybertron and all the Transformers are in their like G1 forms. They could easily do a full film. I mean, it cost a lot of money, but I mean, Jesus Christ, I think it would easily make $1 billion in the box office. There's so many fans of Transformers out there that Michael Bay may have like butchered the visual concept of what Optimus Prime and Bumblebee might look like in their current 21st century forms. But people, from a nostalgia point of view, just want that G1 look. Like, I would happily sit for 2 hours through the full Transformers the movie remake. I mean, fucking hell, they're redoing The Lion King in full CG this year. But I want me some real. I want to see those Transformers, those G1 Transformers, come to life on screen. And Bumblebee is hands down the best Transformers film that they've made so far. So please do a reboot of Transformers the movie. This is my plea to Michael Bay or whoever ends up directing it. Just do it. Just make the fucking film, please. Right. Oh yeah, and Sonic the Hedgehog looks like an Olympic athlete that's linked to a fucking furry orgy in the upcoming 2019 film with the same name. I mean, I know they've got the likes of Jim Carrey in as Dr. Robotnik and Ben Schwartz, who played John Ralphio in Parks and Rec.
Hope you're about to change your clothes, because your eyes are about to piss tears.
You nasty. No doubt the voice talent they've got is superb, but it's not the voices we're going to be looking at, is it? We're going to be looking at fucking Blue Usain Bolt for 2 hours. So yeah, we'll see how that turns out. Oh yeah, on New Year's Eve, Ninja tried to get 1 million people in Times Square to do the floss dance.
Everyone floss, let's get it. Come on, baby. Show me what you got. Show me. Just move. If you got no one, just move. It's all I want to see some movement. I'm not seeing enough movement.
I mean, what do you expect? Nobody was doing it. It was pissing down with rain. It's probably the fastest way anyone's going to catch Ligma anyway.
Lick my balls. Yeah.
Isn't that right? Isn't that right, man? Say nothing if you agree. Noise. And, just before I go, those vegan sausage rolls. Quite nice. Actually quite nice. It tastes a bit like sausage and a bit like Christmas stuffing wrapped in pastry. I've seen people fucking kicking off online about it, but I don't know why. I don't know why people are kicking off about a sausage roll of all things. There was a story I seen where a guy bought one and then just like threw it in the bin just to make sure that there was one less on the shelf or something. But Greggs are still getting the pound. They're still getting your money. Whatever you choose, you can stick it up your ass if you wanted to, but you know you threw it in the fucking bin. I like him. I don't see why people are kicking off about it. You know, the only thing that people might kick off about with this vegan sausage roll thing is that it shares a cabinet and shelf with other things that do have meat in them. So, yeah, if you really want to nitpick, I don't care. It's all right. It's quite nice. But yeah. That's all the news I've got for you for now. I'll be back soon with more analog digital news, more analog digital, the Analog Digicast podcast with Day Shaw, live music performances from original artists as well, so keep an eye out for that, reaction videos, topical deep dives, sketches, short films, and much more throughout 2019. I just want to say again a huge thank you for everybody who's tuned in and checked out my content. I love doing this kind of stuff. I'm grateful to have the ability to do this kind of stuff. And if you like what I'm doing, I'll see you next time in more Analog Digital. Thanks for tuning in. Give yourself 500 XP if you've made it this far into the video. I need the watch time.